Hi there guys, how are you guys doing? Sorry, I am a little late. I was trying to sort out some things on my computer. I've just managed to connect. You guys okay? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me just make sure I have it. Hi there guys, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Today is the 8th already of July 2020. So we've got a couple of things. We've got a couple of traders have hit their TP. Well done, congratulations. It's very good. Good to hear and see your TP gets hit. That's a good satisfaction for me personally, as well as for yourself, of course, as the trader. We have got GBP JPY just hit its TP as well. As you can see, it was a very nice ABCD pattern. I started trading for myself, as well as shared that out as well for GBP JPY. I think we talked about it yesterday. 134.60 to actually buy and then to take profit at 135.40. So that was a very nice run on that. I've got a couple of take profit hit on a couple of pairs as well. It was good that we checked the daily chart as we have talked about. That was roughly about 80 pips on that one there on the ABCD. As you can see, it's an ABCD bullish pair. We have got a strength of a single mother candle, bullish mother candle, which actually mirrored a mother candle in the past as well. So definitely there were buying power here, marked by a single bullish candlestick pattern in the past. Okay, so this is your GBP JPY. Let's just explore very quickly on the heat map as well, and just to see what's going on in the market. Okay, so I usually use, as you guys know, the actionforex.com, especially for currencies. It's not for stocks, or the other ones are not very strong on this website. Here is mainly for currencies. Okay, so here you have got a bit of a mixed color, as you can see, and there are not many dark blues and dark reds. If there are more dark blues and dark red, then you have got stronger trend. Okay, so here, for example, let's say this one here. Okay, here it tells us that USD versus the CHF, it's very weak on the daily and the weekly. The more I have got dark rates, if it's all four, it would be much better to choose that pair as well. So this is a trend tool. We've also got, let's see the rest. I like to look at columns that have got reds or blues. It doesn't matter dark red or light red, but more dark reds would actually be better. Okay, so the other tool as well is the action bias. Now here, action bias right now, as I see it, about a couple of minutes, I think probably about an hour ago or so when I last checked, I didn't actually see this very strong trend. You can see a very strong trend for USD CHF on the downside. So let's explore USD CHF for trading opportunity, because we have got it littered red all over from the 1 hour chart, 6 hour, daily and weekly. It's all red. When you've got all four columns like this, all standard color red, it's very good. And you've got all the arrow downs there, which marks USD to be weaker than CHF. So it's a selling sort of opportunity for USD CHF. Now we've got one here that's not four columns, but three, still very good. CHF JPY as well. So you've got USD CHF, you've got CHF JPY on the upside on this one. So USD is seen to be much weaker than the CHF. We also see that there are growing concerns on the coronavirus. Germany has, not Germany, but Australia has got lockdown plans already. I don't know whether they have implemented locking down for the second time, but they are contemplating on it since yesterday, or maybe earlier during the week. And now we have got growing cases. The one country that has got the most cases, and I think the most death toll as well, if I'm not mistaken, is now the US. So we have got growing cases, and that is actually pulling down the US, what do you call that, biasness of trend to the downside. mainly, especially for currencies, equities and everything else. And we are seeing the Asian side is actually booming at the moment, looking like it's got strength there. So I think all the wealth and all that has shifted. Sentiments more than wealth has shifted on a positive note in the Asian region, and now it is the US and various others. So we still have got growing concerns of corona in some European countries, in the UK as well, increase. So it's a little bit different here in this part of the world. So far, touchwood, Cyprus is not too bad. We are still contained. We don't have cases, and people are still about and out and about, running their normal lives already here in Cyprus. But we also have concerns because the airports are open for certain European countries like Greece and all that. Because Greece has got a very low number, but you never know. So we, touch wood for that. Hopefully, it's not going to grow that side of it here. Now, talking about trading opportunities. So I've mentioned about USD CHF right there. Now, when we see things like this USD CHF and it's all red, or if it's all blue on all four time frames here, it's a good indication to go and take a look at it as a trading opportunity. Okay, because if you look at the USD CHF, if we go onto USD CHF and we go onto the volatility chart, we can also look at USD. Let's say USD here on a 4 hour plus a daily, you can see that the volatility is also quite high on the daily chart, against NZD and GBP, because USD is already moving a lot against CHF. So we want to find out the USD versus which other pair is actually good to trade. So then what you can do is to actually pick, let me just see if I know. Here I don't have it. You can actually then pick USD and NZD USD and also GBP USD to take a look at the trend as well, because the volatility is really high. But in terms of trend clarity, USD CHF seems to be in the charts, to actually seem to be clear on the Action Forex website. But whether or not it is really clear, we don't really know until we make the technical analysis for it. So I've got the USD CHF here. It is on a 4 hour chart right now. Okay, just to check the trend, go into your daily chart, and you can see on the daily chart itself, very strong downtrend. We can see that the ADX as well, the blue line is above 25. Very good indication of a downtrend opportunity. The reason why we check on the daily chart, just to make sure how solid the trend is, and it looks like it's on a very solid downtrend, which actually means that you can then go to your lower time frame and start trading it in stages, and you've got a long way to go, like a long marathon way to go, to actually trade USD CHF on the downside. Okay, I hope it makes sense. So here, for example, we have got a couple of things to look at. We want to look at, firstly, price action. And when you look at price action, you want to imagine that you are crossing a very, very busy highway, and you need to look to the right and to the left. So here you want to look to the right onto the price. Now the price itself needs to be connected to the psychological level. So here now at this moment of time, the USD CHF is trading at 0.9405. So it's quite easy. 940505 at the end. As it comes down 5 pips, it will meet the 9400 psychological number, right? So, but if it goes a little bit lower than the 9400 psychological number, it may go through the 9400, never know, and goes down to the next psychological level at 9380. Okay, so 9380 is your other psychological number. So these two numbers, 9400 and 9380, are both levels, psychological levels, that are closest to the current price, which could give you the support factor. That means it may reverse at this number. So do you actually start selling now, even though you see that they've got a good opportunity to sell, and you sell now? No, not yet. We want to plan our trade properly, and we want to enter the market properly. Now, as it actually peers through 9380, let's say, or 9400, we want to look at this area here, whether or not you have got selling power. Okay, the most important is selling power. Let me just a second. Okay, so do you have selling power or not? And how do we know we have selling power? We can still, based on the daily chart, just look to the left and see whether or not to the left we have got a single bearish candle to the downside in the past. But we follow the current price now and we go to the left. So we scroll and scroll and scroll to go to the left. Take your time. Don't worry about whether or not you will catch the trend and all that. We want to be, because it's a marathon of a trend to the downside on the USD CHF. So USD, obviously, maybe the big banks and all that, they do a little bit of hedging against a safe haven CHF. So the marathon goes on, and this is based on daily chart. So we may have more opportunities to sell on a longer term. So that's why it's probably going to last a little bit longer on the sell. But it doesn't last longer means go down straight away down, just straight line down. It always will have a zigzag going downwards. Okay, so here, for example, when we look at the current price, we have got one. We have had a single bearish candle right here. That was in the past. We can always mirror that and see if, for example, from the current price right down to the end of the candle, that was about 109 points, 109 pips downward. So you've got some power right there. So, and then we have got some more bearish candle there, some more bearish candle there as well. And they are almost the same area as well. Okay, and then we have got a big one right through. So this is enough. These ones are enough to tell me that at this stage where prices are at, it is possible for the sell to take place. And then, especially if you've got on the daily chart itself, you have got a very nice strong strength of the trend by the ADX. The ADX itself, the blue line, is way above 25, going very healthily upwards, and that is a good sign, showing that USD CHF has got a lot of momentum, a lot of power to actually have participants, sellers, to come in and keep selling and bring the price down. Okay, so that is what it means. So now we are done with the daily chart in terms of price action, in terms of looking at selling power and all that based on the daily chart. Now we need to actually plan the trade, to actually enter the trade. So we go on to the 1 hour chart. Since you guys are mostly intraday trader, you can see there's a lot of power. Okay, there's a lot of power there. There's a lot of power on the 4 hour chart as well. So it's looking really good. On the 1 hour chart, let's say, if we were to go there, we can see that yes, it's great to see that the single candle is good. The single candle that we see is really good. Now, if you sell right now, suddenly maybe the market will start to stop. Maybe the market will start to just go sideways for a while. So we don't know. So, the reason why I say that is because you see the ADX is not telling us to enter now because there are not enough participants to strengthen the trend at this moment of time on the 1 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, we have got the blue line went up, came down, and now still at the very end, still under the 25, has not gone above the 25. The only place time frame, which is the long term, is the daily chart, where we can see very, very clear loads of participants and all that. So it's based on the daily chart now. So that actually means a little bit on the long term. You can still sell here on the 1 hour chart, for example, but let me give you a little bit of a run through the trend side of it based on a 1 hour chart, because you see the thing is, we have got a bit of a standalone support area right here, correct? So you want to mark that support area as well. So that actually means that that is one of the thread of where it could find support for the current price now. So now the current price is 9400, already there at 9400. This green line here, where the support was at some point, was at 9389 or 9390. Okay, 9390 is really close to the 9380 psychological level as well. So this is a place that you can potentially buy as well at 9390. Right, that's exactly where it is here, and the opening price. So if you are thinking of buying when it corrects and go up, you can look at 93 9390 as buying, but then now the trend is showing you to the downside. That also means that you may find some buying opportunity for now, because the trend for the downside is not on the 1 hour, it's not on the 4 hour so much, it is more on the daily chart. So between 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily, there is a gap, because the daily is telling you price will go down. So to go down, it needs to go up first. So there's a lot of correction possibly right now in the medium term and short term and medium term, before it finds a long term crash to the downside for the USD CHF. So here itself, you can actually look at ABCD pattern itself: A here, B here, C here, D. Okay, and where D could actually fall, simply take your A here and then your B here, take that one there. So we have some more room. We have some more room for it to come downwards towards the 9390 area. It's at 9399 at the moment. Okay, so there you go. You've got a little bit more pips right there. Yeah, just about 10 pips or so. May not actually be really worth it to trade it that way now for USD CHF for your selling. So you want to prepare your selling for later on, but it is really strong, very nicely formatted trend, basically, based on what I can actually see here. So for me personally, I would like to look at long term as well. That's your A here, then your B here. You have it at exactly 38.2%. You pull that one down here. So that does give us a lot of potential right down to the 91 something level. But again, this is long term. But that also shows us that we may have loads of selling, and selling will, we will still have opportunities for us selling, mainly because the USD CHF is currently on a bearish mode. Okay, so there you go. That's your USD CHF. Let's go to the 30 minutes or somewhere just to see whether or not we've got some opportunity there. It's not too bad, especially here. Let's look for the current price with previous mother candle to the downside. The ADX as well on certain timings. Okay, so let's just check. This is on the 30 minutes chart, by the way. 30 minutes chart, let's see anything there. Not much strong bearish candle. Okay, so let's just check that. We're still on the USD CHF at the moment, but for those who are interested in, selling for the long term and do a pending order and all that, you can actually base on the daily chart, like I've mentioned earlier on, and depends on how the market moves. You've got lots of potential to the downside. So your selling price would actually be 9370 onwards, so 9370, but you're going to be very careful with any strong support to the left as well, or you can either take it at, I think 9370 will probably be better, and you just want to test the market a bit at 30 or 40 pips first, and then you can take it take it in stages, because we've got lots of support area here as well. So yes, USD CHF, good opportunity. The other thing as well is you can always look for, let's say you look for one pair USD CHF, right? And you want to know what other pairs you can actually trade. You can look for correlated pair and uncorrelated pair. So correlated pair, you just go onto MATAF, MATAF, and you type the word correlation on Google, okay, MATAF correlation, and then you will see you've got the mataf.net website right here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at USD CHF, and I want to look at the pairs that move in the same direction as USD CHF, highly correlated, and move at the same direction as USD CHF, or move totally opposite direction. okay, but then they are correlated negatively. That is called negative correlation. When they move together in opposite direction or they move together in the same direction, these are the two types of correlations that you can find. Okay, so here, for example, you've got a table like that. You can find your USD CHF. I don't see it at the very beginning. It's probably downwards. There you go. It's right at the bottom here. Okay. And if it is negative symbol, it means that it moves opposite, but you want to look for the highest number though. Okay. So you want to look at the highest number. You can see that you got several numbers right here, but from what I can see, you have got 93 here, correct? You can also see you've got some 91 there, 91, 91. And that is obviously the highest number you can find. So let's look at the 93 one. 93 points up to NZD-CAD. So that actually means that it goes opposite direction of NZD-CAD, but it is correlated, it's negatively correlated. So let's take a look at NZD-CAD. Negative means that if we are expecting USD-CHF down, NZD-CAD to the upside. Let's see whether we've got strong trend there or not. Okay, so let's look at it. Was it NZD? It was, right? NZD. We've got also, I mean, if we're looking at USD CAD, you've got 97 there. Then you want to, there's a lot of 97s there. But one thing I've forgotten to actually check is, let's look at a 4-hour chart correlation as well. The USD CHF, yes, we still got 91. We've got 91 here. It's a little lower. So when we go to the daily chart, then we found the 90 something right there, 91 right here. Anything higher than that? Not really, right? Yeah. So we've got your 91 here, let's say USD CHF, and it's negative 91. Just to make sure, it's USD CHF we're looking at. So wait 1 second. Yeah, it was a daily that we looked at earlier on. So your USD CHF daily, then you have got your 93 here, which was definitely NZD-CAD. So that was based on the daily chart. NZD-CAD. So let's see whether we've got NZD-CAD. So NZD-CAD, opposite direction. We see that the same, as you can see, it's on the upside, and it is still very nice in terms of the uptrend. But let us look at the strength of the trend by inserting the ADX, which is average directional movement index, and click onto that. And we can see that it's way up, very strong uptrend for the NZD-CAD. So very strong downtrend for the USD-CHF. You can actually look for opportunities to trade on a sell for USD-CHF and on a buy for the NZD-CAD. But let's analyze further on the NZD-CAD first. On the daily chart, when we look at the trend, do we have any standalone ones on the left and on the left and current price? We have some here. We've got one here. So that actually means that yes, it's showing you an upward move, but then we have got a very clear resistance on the R area right here for this one here, and for this one here we've also got the wick up there. Okay, and the current price for NZD-CAD is exactly onto the current price now as we speak. Okay, so as you can see, there you go, it's on the resistance as well. It's looking like it's got a lot of chances to go downwards, mainly because of all these resistance that we have, really strong resistance there as well. So hence the reason, even on the daily chart, we're looking at that movement to the downside, you see. So we are trend trader, even if it's on the downside, it requires skills for those who actually want to trade on the downside when the trend is up and vice versa. Okay, so let's look at the 4-hour chart as well. We certainly have that movement with downside, and it's already showing that the sellers are coming in. Okay, this is for the 1-hour chart. So there you go. You've got ABCD going downwards. Okay, even on the 1-hour chart. So the The direction is to the downside. As it comes down, you want to look at areas, standalone areas as well. So you got support area right there. So that is where you could find the support, or your TP as well, to come down as low as the 8857. So you make that at 88. No, basically as it comes downwards, you want to take profit at 8860. Okay, it's at 8890 at the moment, and you've got about 30 pips or so. But not on the 1 hour chart for the NZD CAD selling. The selling basically takes place at an upper time frame, especially looking at all these ADX. But I must say that the ADX is not very clear on 1 hour and the 4 hour at the moment. I think its clearest one is definitely the daily chart. Okay, and that is to the upside. So now, for example, you are going to be looking at lots of corrective move to the downside before it actually moves up for the NZACAD. Okay, all right. Any questions at all, guys? Which pair are you guys looking at? Any pair that you guys are looking at the moment? The TP could potentially hit second time again. It already hit first time here on the TP at 13540, and now it's on the way again up. Okay, so you're going to be careful with it. You can buy it, but again, it's got the D point area as your potential drop of price. No questions, guys? Any questions on your current trade? No? Let's look for some opportunities as well. We have got AUD USD at the moment. On the daily chart, it is still looking, quite nice to the upside move. But the problem is to the left on the daily chart, it's already got that resistant area. But then as it goes to the left, it's got another resistant area, almost the same area. We talked about it yesterday. It's like a V here. So there's a lot of potential for it to find resistance and come on the way down. So here what we do is we want to mark okay, you want to mark this area right here because that is your closest standalone resistant right there, very strong one there. So the price is at 7015, so you want to always exit. If you are buying now, basically exit at 7010. Okay, so here I would rather not do anything for myself, mainly to trade the AUD USD because it's just looking quite risky for me, especially if this one goes through there as well and sort of coming down, then you've got 1, 2, 3, as you can see onto the chart. But you never know whether or not the same area, as you can see, it's got same area has got support as well. Not significantly, but reasonably movement to the upside right here. It may not look big, many candles and all that, but we are on a daily chart. So the daily chart itself, let's say this movement from here to the upside, how many pips you guys think or guess this could be? So here all the way to here, that's 200 plus pips. So it's good. But the thing is that it's looking like we need to be really sure whether we've got selling powers or not. Sorry, buying powers. Okay, especially through after the 7030 area, because the green area is 7015. A better area to look at buying or set it at pending order is at 0.7030. Okay. Okay, and I will just want to look at any bullish single candle. I can see it here. It's not bad. Okay. At the price now, we have got some support area, of course, but this is quite a reasonable one as we have marked there. So obviously you've got the potential to 7119 or 7120, and now the current price is at 6969, and then I'm looking at buying only above the 6980 at least, so 6990 or 7,000. Okay, 7,010 would probably be a place to actually buy as well. Okay. Okay, that's basically it on the AUD USD. Let's see what's going on at the. Okay, it's showing quite nicely on that one there, but you've got a standalone resistance right here, so we need price to pierce through that area there at 6970 is the same. So 6980, 6990 would probably be better for you to buy. Still too early. We've also got okay, a trend line right there. So on its way up, if it finds resistance right here or anywhere else in the past, then it will have the ability to actually come downwards and pierce through this trend line. What usually happens is that if you want to know whether there are more room to the downside, as it comes downwards and pierce through this trend line and coming to the downside, then it may return there and come back down. But for the upside, might find resistance here, come back to this yellow trend line, and then you want to make sure whether or not it's got a correction with some very nice candles and pushing it to the upside. Okay, so now it's just to wait and see and look at what is the plan of the market for AUD USD. Despite the coronavirus in Victoria and Melbourne, they're closing down, they're locking down very soon or already done, I'm not sure. Since yesterday, we were just expecting them to announce, and we have got the Australian dollar at the moment just going upwards, but then it is at a resistant level, so your opportunity may actually be to the downside as well for AUD USD. But we just don't know that yet, because sometimes we cannot remain too focused to fundamental, because if it's priced in now, even if it's supposed to go up, then it will start to come down and vice versa. So you cannot rely on anything to make that decision. You have to do a lot of other things as well, including your intuition as well, your feelings as well, and but to have a clear head. Okay, so this is important. Okay, guys, questions? No questions at all? Any questions, guys? Gold. Let's take a look at gold. Yeah, we can take a look at gold. Yep, not at all. Of course, let's look at gold. It's a nice one to look at because it has actually appreciated in price a lot. Let's take a look at what we can do in stages to trade gold if there are opportunities. Definitely visually itself, this is only on a 30-minute chart, but then it's very smooth, very nice, all candles above all three lines. It's trading at 18.15 at the moment. But we want to look to the left as well. Okay, we look at the right for the current price and psychological number if it is applicable. Psychological numbers are only applicable to the currencies. Okay, so if it's on the daily chart, let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart is just very smooth to the upside. Just got loads and loads of I would say risk events, a lot of political, geopolitical, economic turmoil as well, with the coronavirus coming back in certain places and all that. A lot of uncertainty. Okay, so this is giving gold its boost, its run, very, very nice. And I think we can actually see a potential. We've got a lot of ABCD going up. I've got one A here, B here, C, and you can then look at how high it can actually go as well. So if I want to choose this as my B point, all I need to do is click on A to B, just to make sure whether or not it is at 38.2% minimum. Then we trade. Okay. If not, we just don't trade, because the pattern may actually be a bit shaky and not solid. If the C point, from pulling the Fibonacci from A to B, the C point needs to be a minimum of 38.2%. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Oops. Pratap, Pratap, if let's just you've got a question, or was that an accident? Okay, give me a second. All right. Okay, you guys are okay, yeah? You can hear me? Let me just check. Screen unshared. Okay, give me a second. Sorry about that. So you guys are not seeing my screen, yeah? All this while you've not seen my screen? Sorry about that. I thought I have shared my screen. Give me a second. Let me fix that. Okay. Oh, don't know what happened here. Okay, give me a second. I thought I shared my screen, so let's just, okay. All good now? Okay, because I thought I have been sharing my screen all the while. So did I share my screen on the other ones as well, like the USD CHF that we talked about and all that, or shall we go back to those pairs? Only gold. Ah, earlier was fine. Yes. Okay. Um, yeah, it could be. It is too hot a commodity. I hold some gold, physical gold as well. So I think I'll be happy with the current price at the moment. So that's quite good. And yes, let's go back to gold as well, since it's a hot commodity. And it's actually being really hot with its potential at the moment of buying. Yeah. So let us look at what's going on here. And yeah, it really looks really nice. The way it moves with the three lines above all three lines as well. That's just perfect. Let's click on the A here, highest point there, let's say, be around here. The C, okay, you can say that it's a minimum, it has hit the minimum criteria of 38.2%. It's very close to 50%. That's good. So all we need to do is draw a single line from the low point here all the way up. Okay, you can choose this low point as well if you want, but you can choose your A point to be at any low as long as the minimum here is 38.2%, the C point. Okay, so here if I were to click here A to B and I move the A to B upwards, okay, so you will get a symmetrical line between A to B and C to D like this. Okay, so once you've got A to B, C to D, then you are using this area here to predict that the price has got a little bit more room to go up to the 1865 area. Now we're at 1811, so that's quite nice. Good price more to go upwards. So let's do a little bit of price sort of analysis. We've already know the trend is really strong to the upside. You can still use your ADX as well, actually, because it measures all asset classes, so that's okay. Definitely, you know, building up on the 4 hour chart, but then on the daily chart is just looking really good. So in terms of trend, yes, gold is on its upside. We have got an area as a target at 1860 to 1865. I think it's got more room to go there and maybe go above, but we take it in stages. But it's looking like the ADX above 25 with a blue line just above. Very, very smooth, very, very nice. 1 hour chart. Okay, let's look at this one here. 1 hour chart, it is still above. Yes, it's good, but we've got a little bit of a reduction in the activity of buying, meaning that you know, it's leaving that wick upwards there. So that part I'm not really sure as yet. The same for the 4 hour chart. But the thing is that on the 1 hour chart, if you're doing some buying right there, it does actually look like it's got the power on the 1 hour chart. I think it's building the power for buying even more, to invite more buyers coming in. That's why we don't really have that on the medium term of 4 hour, but I think things are really picking up for gold to actually go a lot more. So now we want to look to the left as well. We want to see what has actually happened in the past to the left. Let's use the daily chart as well. And with that, we can get an idea whether there were or not resistance at the current price. So here, for example, okay, we are actually quite safe from any resistance, because we've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, but it's above them. Okay, so it has gone beyond the resistance, and we want to look at buying power, single candle buying power. Okay, so single candle buying power based on previous buying. um, what I can say is that we've got, I think, the pickup of buyers will come in. Maybe now we'll slow down a little bit. We're in the middle of the week. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think before the ending of the week, before we hit the weekend, before the market closes, I think there will be more rushing, more gold rushes. Okay, gold rush. There will be a gold rush where they will come in and buy even more before the weekend comes in, before the market closes. So in my guess, they will start buying again, and more buying power to come in starting here. See that bullish single bullish candle there? We have got a price at 1816, and we've also got a price at 1824. So we can say that anywhere between 1815 to 1825, 1815 to 1825 will be a good buying price. Of course, early, you know, buy early at 1815, let's say. So 1815 onwards would probably be not too bad, a price to actually buy, because you want to buy low, right? So you don't want to buy too low as well for it to actually drop, and then we go into a reverse market. So the reverse market would actually happen more on this level here. See, you've got your resistance here. So we are quite clear away and above from these levels here. 1798, well, usually 17, I think it's 1785, 1795, sorry, is a very significant price level that the market has already priced in and register it to be a level that is very strong. So 1795, and now we are on now that there is 1798. So we are above the price there. So in my guess, yes, the 1816 area, once price has gone up a little bit, because you need the price to go up a little bit to make sure that there are definitely buyers coming in. So you want to picture it like this: when you want to go shopping, and there's a sale going on in a big mall, okay, and you came in late. That means you missed the sale from the very early morning. Let's say you're busy and all that, but you came into the mall, or you're just about to park your car outside of the mall, and you know that there's a sale still going on, but you're not sure whether or not the mall is going to be closed, or whether or not the buyers will, are there more buyers coming in, or are there more buyers inside the deal or inside the mall at the moment. So you will wonder, correct? So here, the way we wonder whether or not there are buyers or not is by looking at single bullish candles right here for gold. So here we can see that we do have some buyers, but they are starting big, meaning following a bullish single bullish candle only later above here, you see. So here is your 1816 area. So it is actually heading towards there. So once it goes there, then yes, you can actually look at your 1860 area to exit first, and don't get too overly excited as well, mainly because around this area here, as you can see, some bearishness going on. It's probably your best area to come out first and re-enter later on. The reason is because it is just too close to very big resistant area here. Okay, so you want to have a bit of space between the area that you want to exit, and then there are some strong resistance as well. Okay, so we can further explore as you go on to the left as well. So this part here, I hope it's clear. I would buy at 1816, 1817, like that, and leave it to run at leave it to run up to 1860 or so. So you've got some money there to make, potentially, mainly because we see that the ADX is really strong. So that's good. So you know your ADX is at your trend and then your average directional movement index. Make sure your level has got the 25 right there, and you just click OK. Now then you can see that it's quite clearly strong in terms of its strength of the trend's strength. And then we see that it's trying to pick up as well with that 25 level ADX going up on the 4-hour chart. It is trying its best, but then we've got the strength going on with the daily chart. So I think we are quite good for that, and there's definitely some area there for buying. But let us actually go further away as well. That means further to the left, just to explore and be sure that we have got buying power there. But see, we cannot go too far back, so the price action is mainly based on that area that we've just seen. So we need to be based on this one here, okay, the moment. So how far back is that? That is roughly somewhere around 2011 there, 2011 September, 2011 December, 2011 August. So it's in the year of 2011, starting in August time, right to December, right to the end of the year. But the volatility of upward movement did pick up here as well. Because all the way it went up and up and up, and then it found the peak and then came down, you see. So our action has to be based on here. We need to refer to the previous movement of price based on what's going on here, okay. All right, there you go. So you've got all that movement down and then up and all the way down. Okay, that's good. So this is basically the area of price action that we need to mirror a little bit, because we don't have much history price action. When we go back to our chart, this is the only area that is closest to our price at the moment to actually refer to. So as you can see, you want to stay away from that area, because that area might explode, you know, like a volcano. You know, the peak there. So you don't want to go too close to that area of the peak there with all these significant resistance area. But you want to look at what's going on between the two lines, 1865 and the 1798. We have got inside this area here, of course, we've got loads of downward movement, downward candle, bearish candles and all that. We've also got the bullish candle, but we're paying more attention to the bullish candles, mainly because of the uptrend that it is going through now for gold. Okay, so timing wise, let's monitor later on. Let's see whether or not at 1815, 1816, 1817 does it actually pick up. Does it actually pick up and right along some strong candles, you know, because I can see the strong candles, the big bullish single candles are actually above and almost the same level. But we've got one here, we've got another one here, but they are remaining on the low side. But these one here took price higher, so we want those bigger candles. Okay, all right. So any questions at the moment with gold? You guys are okay so far? Yeah. Okay. So there you go. You've got that. So that's how it looks like if I complete the pattern. Okay. So just to remind you guys, tomorrow you guys can, I'll be giving out signals and all that, and posting it on Trading Dot and all that. But I'm on my day off, but I'm doing lots of analysis from home. But I'll be contactable, so you guys can contact me anytime on Telegram and ask questions and everything else. But it's just that I won't be having webinars on both tomorrow and Friday. Maybe I've got some appointments as well at that time, so I couldn't make it. And I've taken a day off to sort things out. So there you go. And it's looking really good for gold actually, and I'm happy for my gold trading as well. I didn't trade so much on the. I traded mostly currencies for the whole couple of weeks, and not so much on the gold on here. But I think it's probably timing to do so, to trade on the gold on there. Okay, so let's see. So it's 18. Let's see, 18 something now. The other thing as well is sometimes you want to just check on uh, gold forecasts or something like that, and just to look at what other people are talking about, other analysts, other experts, and all that. And you want to click on the news. You've got 21 hours ago. You've got gold price is said to reach its highs, and then 6th of July right here. 19 hours ago, we have got again FX Empire. Let's just check what the analysis on FX Empire is. Prices break out to 8-year highs, which is really nice. Okay, so gold price broke out closing above the August 2012. Yeah, we were at the 2011 area that we looked at. The former high was that price. The dollar whipsawed. Um, so here, let's look at what they say, and then we want to combine it with our own analysis as well. Okay, so prices are poised to test resistance at 1890. It's said to test the resistance at 2011 August. Yeah, that's exactly what we have seen just now. Okay, 1890. So it wants to test the 1890, but remember I said you don't want to leave your trade open even though the price is really going up, and then make it just leave it until it goes very close to 1890. That is really very risky because anything can happen at any moment of time. Okay, so 1890, yes, this is what the high was, but doesn't mean that you have to go so close to where the volcano has erupted and then push all the price lava down. Okay, we don't want to go too close to that. So it's true, it's what we have seen as well. The 1890 area support is seen near the 10-day moving average at 1775. So what that means is that price can go right up to around about 1890. Then after that, it finds a resistance and it comes down to the support area of 1775. So it's very easy to understand this, right? It goes upwards, then it comes down, and your target can actually be at a 1780 area. All right. If you are selling from the top, you are selling down, your target take profit is there. But then now you're buying, your take profit is 1890. So we're talking about buying first because the trend is really strong. But once it actually happens where it finds a resistance and then it starts to come down, this is a good part of trading gold, especially with the forex platform, is that when you are looking at the peak and it's very close to the peak, it's got higher chances to drop. So then you can actually do both ways. You are buying towards the peak, and then from the peak you want to sell as well. So you've got your buy order up, then you got your sell order down. Okay, so 50-day average 1731. So yeah, that's good. I just want to confirm that. I wouldn't actually follow exactly what they're saying in terms of entry and all that, but I know that they're talking about almost the same thing that we are looking at earlier on when we look at the peak area right there. Okay, so that's good. So we've got the area of trading between 1798, green line down here, to 1865. Like I've mentioned, 1816, 1817 will be a price that I would like to enter on a buy, and then I want to get out at 1860. And that's just the way I think I would like to trade gold. The other thing as well is, if you look at it carefully, you have got a bearish candle coming down, right? And that actually was around here, and that's exactly at 1860. So hence the reason I find that 1860 is a good exit price, take profit. Your buying is at 1817 or so. Yeah, let's measure that. 18, I would say 1817 would probably good. 1817, enter and exit 1860. So hopefully you can make some money there. It's really strong trend as well, so that's quite good. Okay, that's for gold. Any other questions at all, guys? It is picking up at the moment, as you can see as we speak. Really nice. Any more pairs that you guys want to look at? Now GBP JPY, it's going for its second TP there as well, second time up. Yep, AUD USD is just floating with 69.70 area going upwards. Euro GBP, Alfred. Yep, sure. Let's go on to Euro GBP. Let's clear out all this mess first. Okay. All right, we start with daily chart. Okay, start daily chart. We look at it really smooth to the upside. It looks like it's to the upside. It's just that it may have loads of room to the upside, but at this moment of time, we can always look into it as a whole. It's got upward type momentum. Okay, you got higher high, higher low, and higher high, which is good. But at the moment here, the most current movement here, we have a movement coming down, going up, and coming down. So it may actually be an A, B, C, D before it actually connects its prices towards the upside move. Okay, so not just yet, maybe, I'm not sure, but here itself, um, not really that keen, mainly because of the ADX. It doesn't look like gold, doesn't look like USD doesn't go up the 25 level and then showing you there's a strength of the trend. Not yet, not in the daily chart. But what if we go on to the 1 hour chart, let's say. Also, if you look at the price itself, it's too close to the 9,000 psychological level, and it's actually looking like it's might actually touch the 50 exponential moving average, and we've got just too many candles got caught up trapped here. So it might find this area here as a resistance, and we've got a support here very close to this whole resistance area. This support can become resistance here and then pull price downwards. So at the moment, Alfred, honestly, Euro GBP is having a little bit of a trap price at resistance area. So, and it's not looking really good for buying, in my opinion. It looks like it might just reverse and then come down. But saying that, we need a safe level to know where we sell and where we buy. So now we are at 99,000. So as price comes downwards, we need to look at the power of the candle. Very important is the power of the candle, single bearish candle and all that. Let's just explore prices first. You can see that this is a very clear resistance area in the past. Okay, we've got all these nice wicks at the top, and then we've got wicks at here is your high price right here. So I'm looking at these two lines here as potential reversal zone as well. And as we pull it back, you can see again another group of candles just got stuck at these two levels, and then stuck at two levels, and then same area was also support here. Okay, and it's a support with a group of candles as well, which is really very, very powerful area in terms of price action. So in my opinion, it needs to break that 9,000 first. 9,010 to buy or 9,030, either one. But we need to measure the buying pressure first. Okay, buying and selling pressure. So let's venture out a little bit. Okay, towards the left here. If it breaks out that 9,000 plus, let's say, price, this is a standalone area we need to watch out for. This is where it might resist. Okay, because it went with a big boom of a single bullish candle, and then it found, and then it braked, and then it fell down a lot more. Okay, so that gap there is your buy gap. Your take profit can potentially be at 90-40. Okay, so 90-10 you buy, 90-40 you exit. That's your 30 pips. So you can set your 30 pips as your stop loss, 30 pips as your profit potential as well, if it breaks out that way. Now, what if it breaks downwards? Now, as it breaks downwards, we have got some single candles. Okay, so this is the end of this single candle right here. Could be your potential as well on the selling side. But then your selling price, that was at 89 let's say 890, 89 or 9,000, right? So 8990 you can actually sell, or 8970 as well. I mean, here the gap for the buy is about 30 plus pips, right? For what about for the sell here? It's about 30 plus pips as well. So in that way, if you want to do a bit of, hedging yourself, because we've got the existence of bearish candles, single bearish mother candles, and single bullish mother candles as well, or you want to call it father candles, okay, if it's bullish and bearish. So entirely up to yourself with that, or whether you want to just do both trades pending order and then just look at which area. To me, it's just very unpredictable at the moment, but I see it weighing to the downside more than the upside, mainly because we've got a bit of a trap in that area, you see. So standalone price right there. So even if it does go up there, it may actually find resistance at the area there. Okay, all good. All right, any questions at all? No? Okay. Good. Let's look at GBP AUD. I think this was the one that showed loads of nice buying earlier on as well, right? Alfred, GBP AUD. Look at GBP just moving a lot. We plotted this one on the daily chart, if you guys remember yesterday. Okay, remember that we talked about the buying opportunities. It is going really well. Okay, so GBP doing really well. Let's go to GBP AUD. Okay, GBP AUD. All right, good. So let's look at GBP AUD. Hopefully we can ride along some nice buying, especially, but let's look at what it has to offer first. The market needs to offer to us, and then we just ride it, you see. So GBP, it was GBP AUD, right? Yes. Okay, okay, let's look at it. Now look at the way the candles are moving itself on the 1 hour. It's got a lot of wicks to the downside. Can you guys notice all the wicks to the downside here? So all these wicks downside, it's pointing down, and it's telling you that it doesn't want to go down. That's the way that it doesn't want to go. Okay, so it's just finding a lot of exhaustion going downward. So it's a good area to consider support. Okay, very good area to consider support here, because you've got all these wicks coming down like legs that can actually show. And it was exactly at 8048, which is only 2 pips away from the 8050 psychological number. So here, it's just showing you've got a lot of power. Okay, but this is based on the 1 hour chart. But what if we go onto the daily chart for the trend type analysis? Okay, so on the daily chart, of course, it's just showing you a lot of downward type movement. Let us just do that. Let's just get rid of everything first. Now look at the way it goes. Look at all the candles, as though it doesn't have much power. All these little candles, bodies, both the bullish and the bearish, but you've got more bearish ones there in this whole stretch on the daily chart. But as we go on to the left, we can see that it is exactly at this area point that market began at some point to actually go up tremendously. Now look at how much it has gone down from there. Okay, these are all spikes here, so I'll go from here all the way to the current price, about 2,500 plus pips. But look at this area right here, that it has gone up from there all the way up here. That's about 2,400 plus pips. Okay, so it is a very significant area. of the price right now at 8062. So I would think that maybe it's better to wait till it comes down a little bit more, because people would like to buy it low. So 80 50 and above, 80 50 and below to actually sell, 80 50 and above to actually buy. But here, let us just look at what's going on, because here, for example, we do have some room to go up, but then there are a lot of resistance waiting for you as well. So if we were to buy now, for example, from here right up to this resistant area right here, which is also a resistant area right there, um, appears to be quite a significant resistant area. So if we do that, that's about 30 pips. So in my opinion, you may have some power to buy at about 30 pips only first for now, before it finds more reason to actually come back down. So yes, it is tricking the market a bit, telling us that yes, it might just spike up a lot more. Why? Because everybody's been looking at how much profit maybe they have made from buying GBP crosses. So they will have it in their mind that GBP would be the best to just buy, and then combine GBP with anything, just buy them. No, this is not how it works, and this is how the banks know that the retail trader thinks like that, and they like to exploit you guys to think like that. So we don't want to think like that, so that the banks don't exploit us. So or the market. Now here, for example, yes, we do have a bit of room, not much, as I've mentioned, about 30 pips, because it's just very obvious. You got a resistance right here. You got a current price now also on a potential resistance, and then you got the resistance right here. You got some support there, all at the same level. So if you want to buy, yes, it is possible, but there's just not much room to it. If you want to sell, maybe you've got more room as the time goes by, but for buying, you've got a little bit there. You've got some bullish candle. As you can see, the bullish candle itself stopped there, you see. So it's just giving you hints that that single bullish candle itself didn't proceed it more than what we have just outlined earlier on. Okay, so a little bit of buy GBP AUD, not so much, and it's not too safe to buy too much anyway. So you can buy a little bit, but then 30 pips or so, risk about 30 pips or so as well. And that's basically it for GBP AUD, because we want to wait till something gives us more room for impact. Because what we want as well is we want market volatility. We want a lot of volatility, but we want a lot of strength of the current trend. So that's the reason why I like using the ADX as well, just to give me a little bit of a bit more confident on the strength of the trend. Because if you look at something going up, whether it will go up much more, it's actually dependent upon the strength of the trend, the number of participants, the number of buyers coming in, sellers coming in, whether they are coming in or not, So that is basically how we want to play it. Okay, so GBP AUD, good pair earlier. I think it will pick up a lot more with opportunities, not just now, not just today, but maybe starting tomorrow onwards. But let's look at it, because tomorrow, I think, do we have a heavy docket of economic data? We go to FX3. Okay, not to look at the results of the data and all that, just to look at what is happening, where the party is, what kind of risk event are we talking about tomorrow? What are the impacts, high impact economic data releases tomorrow, impacting which country, so we know which currencies are impacted. Okay, so here, as you can see, Thursday, okay, not too bad. Today was a very quiet day, but still got a bit of opportunities, but very, very quiet economic data release. So Thursday, for example, Thursday, July 9th, which is tomorrow, we have got Chinese data. Chinese data will impact Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, US dollar as well, and it will impact gold as well, because everything's connected, you see. So then we also have some Australian number there, Australian data. So I would think that tomorrow would be a day that would be quite nice to look at opportunities for Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, gold, and also a little bit on the USD as well, because we do still have all this data, and any data now becomes very sensitive, even though if it's medium impact, sometimes even low impact, only because of what's going on in the States at the moment with coronavirus going up and a lot of mess. Okay, so anything that is announced can be broadcasted as more gossip, more news by the media, mainstream media. Okay, so with that, I think we're going to pay some attention to euro as well tomorrow. Not too much, but because we've got a docket of euro data here. Okay, so this is basically it. So there you go, guys. I think that Friday, I would say a little bit more concentrated on Canadian dollar because we've got the employment net change. We've also got the unemployment rate announcement and data. So we are seeing Canada on Friday, but then tomorrow, I think it's more on the antipodians again, Australian dollar and all that. But we want to check Action Forex as well tomorrow. We want to see that. But very important, on your chart, you want to look at the daily chart for the trend and also put your ADX on because it's a very simple indicator. You put your ADX level 25 just to get a bit of a brief, and then we start to marinate all these ingredients to actually form patterns or other setups just so that we know where we're going to trade. All makes sense, guys? You guys are all right? Any other questions? GBP another thing as well is 80. I think it's about the 8100 area onwards is a good buying place because we've got all these giant big candles as well. This is on a 4-hour chart. That single bullish candle itself is about 200 pips, that one there. So I would say that they would want to buy low, of course. So they will push the price down a little bit for GBP I mean, pull price down a little bit. So that's why you've got a bit of room to go up. Then maybe it comes down, but after it comes down a little bit, then it wants to spring upwards more. The reason is because, I mean, in my opinion, my experience, I see that if you have got a market that is not yet buying a lot, but then it's just picking up. But then when you look up, you look to the past, you look to the left, uh, price now is under here, right? 8058. But then you've got one bullish candle here, you've got another bullish candle here, you've got another bullish candle here, and this is on a 4-hour chart. And you have got buying power that is worth about 200 pips on this first bullish candle, okay? And then you've got about 177 on that second one. Then on the third one, you have got about 144, and then a little bit more there. So look at all these as trophies that the buyers would like to go for, because it is actually trying to buy low, trying to go low and be on a low profile so that they can actually grab that low price level. So that pro price level is already somewhere here. If the price start reaching upwards and going towards here, I think it is a good indication that they want to start to buy. They want to push the price upwards again. Now, if they do buy, I would suggest, I would think that they've got a good way, a good reason to actually buy a lot. So we may see GBP just goes up because I can see all the trophies are here. You do have some momentum, the big candles and all that. If we have only small candles all the way up, and no, like these are all 600 plus to 700 worth of 4 candles alone, let's say, yeah, 3 candles alone, and that is actually quite significant move as well for a small wave. Actually, this is not a very big wave, but then it's reasonable. So I would think that got more room to the upside, but let's see what it does with this level of 8100 first. Okay, so GBP let's look at how it respects the 8100 psychological number, whether it goes up above it or not. If it does, at 8110 you can buy, or 8130. Okay, either one of it. But I feel that it's got a lot of room, because from the green line itself right up to the blue line where the exponential moving average is, it's already about 150 pips. So that room there, I think a lot of buyers would like to grab that room to buy. Okay. All good for that. Thank you. Okay, guys. Yeah, if you guys have got no more questions, we just want to, help you guys to get more questions answered. If not, you can still ask questions at any moment of time. You guys know that on the Telegram. Just go on there. I just have to increase my analysis on the Trading Dot and Errante because we are collaborating quite well in putting all my analysis on Trading Dot, but then it's for Errante clients especially as well. This way, you guys can monitor all my real trades there. So this account here is mainly for my mentorship. So I will grow this account by teaching you and showing you how it's done. I would like to grow this account as well so that you can see it for yourself. I've not done much trading. One second. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I've not done much trading, but grown the account from I think from 5,000 to 5,158, something like that. So 158 dollars in profit, euros in profit. So that's quite good, but not very heavy in trading. But I would like to trade much more on this account to have that as a mentorship account. Okay, for you guys to see. This is a real account with real money, and basically it's Errante's money, and I have to, I would like to show you guys and mentor you guys through a live account. So I just want to increase more of my analysis, and I will do that for sure tomorrow onwards. Because I've got a lot of setup that I've actually done here, and I just have to put in the orders, and you guys can actually then see it as trade ideas. So one very important thing on Trading Dot, okay, for you guys to actually copy my trade. You can be notified for every trade that I make on the real account as your signal. Okay, but this is what you do. Okay, on the Trading Dot, you need to follow me. Not only follow me just follow me as a follower. You need to follow me. For example, when you click, let me just go in. When you click my profile, give me a second, yeah. All right. When you click my profile here, you can follow me based on three criteria. Okay. When you click on my strategies, then you can click follow as well. When you click ideas, you can click follow as well. So it's best for you to follow me on all three: strategies, ideas, and posts, especially strategies. The reason is because if you don't follow me on the strategies and you follow me only on the ideas and the, let's say you follow me only on the post, but you don't get the notification because the signals that I do, they come under strategies and ideas, you see. Okay, so I will put it in both strategies and ideas. So make sure you follow me in all three better, just to keep it safe, so that anytime I post something, I think maybe you guys got any notification by email or not, of what I have done today. Like for example, today I think I've made one post down here, for example, and I have put that under post or under strategies or ideas. I'm not sure. Under idea. And then if you have followed me on the idea itself, then you would have got that notification. Okay, so make sure you follow me on all three just to keep it safe. And you can see that this will increase, and I will be actively trading a lot more, so that I can give you guys more and more signals. So tomorrow onwards, it's quite a nice day. I think tomorrow and Friday for me to do more. As you guys can see, when we do a webinar, then we can actually venture a lot more. But I just need more time to do it much earlier, and do all the setup so that it is easier. So it'd be nice if you guys follow me on all strategies, ideas, and posts, so that anywhere I post things, you get an instant notification by email. And if that email is an idea, trade idea, buy here, sell, and all that, then you can easily follow it like this. Okay, I will put it in this format: buy entry where, TP where, SL where, give you the chart as well. You can click it learn as well how it's done, and if you've got questions on how it's done, you can ask me. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I think I have for you guys. All good? You guys have got questions or not? Any questions? You guys can also follow other strategies. We got a lot of other people trading other instruments, different strategies as well. So feel free to actually venture other traders, follow them as well. And that is basically how we can actually learn more. You can follow them, follow their strategy, or you've got questions about their strategy, you can actually message them directly. You can do anything. And this is a community of traders. So it's going to be a very, very active community, and we're going to collaborate with Errante a lot, Errante's traders and all that, so that I have one place where I put all my strategies and teach you guys and conduct the mentorship, practical mentorship, so you guys can actually see the progress. And I hope the progress of my life account on Errante can actually then be mirrored by you, and that is what we want to copy. We want to copy good progress, good strategy. Okay, so there you go. All right, guys. So yes, just to remind you, we won't have webinars tomorrow. Okay, but stay tuned with the Trading Dots notifications to your email on my trade ideas and anything I post, because I plan to post quite a lot tomorrow onwards. And stay tuned with that. Any questions, just go on to Telegram and message me direct as well. It's no problems. Okay, guys, with that, I want to thank you for your time. Have a very good night, and enjoy your day tomorrow. Okay, take care. All right, guys, all the very best. Happy geometric clipping. Okay, bye bye. Take care, guys. Bye.